opinion is, like you said, internet research, you know.
Well, my husband's hardcore Republican, okay? And he will honestly watch Fox News, and he is just gung-ho about it and everything. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I will go onto the web and I will look and I will research and I will see what's going on. That is why I consider myself an independent, truthfully. You know, I don't agree with either party. I'm almost anti-party. I think if we did away with the parties and...
Who would you say Tea Party, though?
I don't know if I would say Tea Party. I think that's... I don't think I'm there. I think I'm truly an independent. I don't care what party you're with. If you're not capable of running our government...
Exactly.
Without being corrupted, without all these...
and we have to have different parties. We have to have different parties.
Right. Well,
even though I have my opinions, I don't want everyone with my opinion running everything.
No, and I'm glad we're now starting to get something more than just Republican and Democrat.
Yeah. It needs to be fair and balanced.
But, you know, I want who's going to be able to run my country the best. You know, and that's basically what we're coming down to now. I know in the past, there's been some really hot spots, like, let's say, with the Republicans. Abortion. I know your husband didn't want us to talk about that at all. And I'm not going to talk about it, except for, you know, there's a lot of people for it and a lot of people against it. I honestly don't think with one election you're going to change that.
But with this election, it's not about issues that are personal. It's not about gay marriage. It's not about abortion. It's about the future of our lives. This is the future of us. Country. Yes, of us being prosperous. I mean, everything hangs in the balance. It is so much more than those issues.
I agree.
Which I am. I was a Republican. I consider myself libertarian now. I am very open-minded, contrary to some people's beliefs. I was once a Republican who didn't care if you had gay marriage. That's fine. I don't care who marries who. It's not my business. It's not my business.
Well, I think there comes to a point which, and I think is where the separation of church and state has kind of gotten off track. You know, if you have beliefs that are other than what the Bible says, which, you know, that's, to me, that's up to you and God.
Yeah, like I said, that's a personal thing. This election isn't a personal thing anymore. This affects everybody. This affects everybody. Someone who's not corrupt, hopefully.
Yeah, which is very hard to do.
Corruption in Washington is unbelievable, and it's on both sides. Both sides.
It's everywhere.
It is. It's you know, I feel like the mafia is actually running our country now.
Well, it's funny you should say that because in Illinois, which we all know Chicago's in Illinois.
The Chicago way.
Chicago. But they have made sure the inmates have gotten ballots to vote. But yet somehow...
No. Isn't it if you commit a federal offense?
Okay, whose phone is ringing and messing
We're not taking calls right now. Sorry, we're in the middle of a discussion. Let's keep going. Isn't it if you're a federal offense, you lose your right to vote?
It's supposed to be. If you're a felon, an actual felon, you're supposed to not have the right to vote. However, if you're in jail for a misdemeanor or whatever, and
for a whole other show, there's so many people in jail that don't even need to be in jail.
Right, but anyways, people who are eligible to vote they have hand-delivered ballots to them in Chicago, in Illinois. Okay, where's the mafia centered? You know, oh God, they're going to come hunt me down now.
No names. Okay,
my name is Tiffany.
Yeah.
But the soldiers who applied for their ballots months ago.
Oh, and they may not even get them.
They didn't get them. And they're not going to get them in time to actually vote and have a part of the selection.
Actually, they should be the first to vote.
I agree, since they're risking their lives.
Our servicemen and women should be the first. They should have,
I agree.
Before even early voting.
Right.
If they're in another country, especially.
I agree. But our point, I think, on this episode is we don't care if you're Republican, if you're Democrat, if you're independent.
It takes everybody. If we were all the same, this world would be so boring. But, what happened to openness? What happened to openness in the administrations? Why is this hush-hush? I am so tired of people saying what they've got to say to get elected and then doing what they want to do when they get in office. And we need people that are going to say what the American people want and do what the American people want.
Well, and there's no accountability, which was the purpose of having 3 different departments, the Justice,
the House,
the Senate and House and everything.
Well, they're all one big department now.
They are. And and then they go in and make their own departments.
Yes.
So, again,
we are the Department of Pissed Off Moms, and it's official.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, this Tuesday, November 2nd, is Election Day. I don't care where you are, what you're doing, find the time. They're open from like 7 in the morning to 7 at night, possibly even later in some places. I think early voting has closed, but you can still vote on November 2nd. And we would like you to do that.
They say vote or die, and it's almost to that.
It really is.
It's almost to that.
And it really doesn't matter if you know what party you're voting for, who you're voting for, but do try to look them up. Almost everybody has the internet. If you don't, the library does.
And the thing that I would ask that people do as a child, I was told to go in the voting booth with my mom, and all the R's. My dad said, if she hits a D, you tell me. And I would like people.
Funny.
You know, everybody has their opinion, but you don't vote for somebody just because they're a Republican or just because they're a Democrat. So many people go in there and vote and don't even know where the person stands. They're just voting because they're... And I think now, in our time, it's come where it's just not about that anymore. You know, it's about who's going to do what America needs done. Who's going to do the dirty job, and it's going to be a dirty, dirty job. I personally would not want to be even running. No. I wouldn't even want to be...
No, because you're going to have to go against special interests. I don't care what side you're on.
Oh, yeah, and we're in such a mess right now. The issue with this is the political correctness in this country is just ridiculous.
No.
There is, you know, you respect other people. You have common decency, you respect. You say something that offends them. You know, you call somebody a name. There's names you just don't say. They're offensive. But when you know, can't even say, my kid can't even say, sit Indian style on the floor. Why does that offend Indians?
It wouldn't offend me.
Yeah, I mean, I have Indian in me. I'm not offended. Of course, I've never lived in a teepee or anything, and that's probably offensive, too, that I said that.
But you know what? Nobody has done anything in so long that's out there voting that hasn't anything to complain about.
I know.
So, yeah, political correctness has just kind of gone overboard, too. But that...
Yeah, and the whole Juan Williams thing, you go one. You know, he's a Democrat, but you go one. I mean, let me tell you, if a bunch of mullet-wearing rednecks come into the gas station and look like meth heads, I'd be scared, too. And they're white, and I'm white, and I'm saying that. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with religion. If they come and bomb places in the U.S., the mullet-wearing redneck meth heads, I would be scared every time I seen one out.
Yeah. Well,
it's natural. It's natural. It's a human emotion. And the fact that he said that...
It's human.
It's what, you know, it's just it's to the point where there is no free speech. You may be able to say it, but you will get criticized hard.
Especially through the public eye.
You're scared to even say anything.
As moms, you know, we have the future of our children.
I feel a revolution is coming.
Oh, well, that's...
And I'm not an extremist. I feel it. I feel it coming. We need change, and we need it big time, and not the change we have now.
No, real change. And we need you to get out and vote. Like I said, no matter what party you vote for, who you vote for, just try to find the person that's going to do what you feel is the right job and vote for them. And research. Don't take anybody's word for it. Just, you know, the internet is so available, and there's so much information available. If you can, you know, try to research it, get out there, vote on November 2nd, on Tuesday, and we'll have another topic for you next week. I'm Jill.
And I'm Tiffany.
And we're Pissed Off Moms.
Go vote, and always remember the milk of the back is the best.
Take care.